Introducing first to my right, weighing in at 204 pounds, Brad Cashew. His opponent to my left, from downtown Rip City, weighing in at 230 pounds, Iron Rip Byson.
Randy Carver, as we come back from intermission, firmly behind the Ripper, Rip Byson. Let me tell you a little something. The reception for Brad Cashew is going to be different at the end of this match. For those of you that are unfamiliar, that man right there is the best amateur-style wrestler in the building right now, undoubtedly. Graduate of the New England Pro Wrestling Academy, Brad Cashew has got to be one of the most exciting and absolutely just well put together professional wrestlers. He has a little bit of everything, and he brings it to the max each time, and I am excited for this contest.
I'm very excited too. Brad Cashew, a big-time prospect here in the New England wrestling area, but Rip Byson has really worked his way into becoming a prospect as well. An incredible year, despite the pandemic, rolling through the road onto the IWTV specials and making a name for himself in Limitless Wrestling. Cashew with the misdirection. Trying to run around Rip Byson, but eventually he's going to catch up.
And all that mat wrestling hype might not mean anything to Rip Byson when he's throwing backhands like that.
Well, he tried to chop this dude within a minute in the match. It's not really what you do with Ripper. I thought it'd be more of a ground attack early from Cashew. It's interesting. I think he really feels he's on a level playing field here with Ripper, and he wants to show exactly who he is to everyone in the building tonight.
Ripper is all about the action, all about the respect.
Ooh!
Oh, Brad Cashew, that bad arm. You want to talk about someone that has reinvented himself. Rip Byson is the definition of reinvention, taking his career to all new heights. Frequent trips to Canada over the border now, and having competed with the best not too long ago, having a shot at the Independent Wrestling Championship here at Limitless Wrestling. He is hung with some of the absolute best in the business today, and I still feel like we have not had the Rip Byson coming out party quite yet, Randy.
It could be tonight. Hurling around Brad Cashew, and out to the floor we go. Rip Byson's domain.
Absolutely, and again, I told you, Brad Cashew wants to wrestle the guy. He wants to get him on the ground and wrestle him collegiately, amateur wrestling. If you want to get into a street fight mode with Rip Byson, I assure you, you do not. Especially if you're someone with the background like Brad Cashew.
This is not where you want to be. Another chop from Ripper. And the last time we saw Ripper on the floor, though, in a Limitless Wrestling event, it backfired for him. Getting kicked off the apron, going through a bed of steel chairs, that arm taped up at the beginning of this contest tonight. And you got to believe, if Cashew can figure out a way to get this back inside the ring, that's got to be a point of attack.
I could feel that tingling in my heart going down to my lower extremities, that chop, and I was not the one that was hit, Randy.
Rip Byson going to work. Byson's office on the floor, but you can't win it out there.
What in the world?
Ooh.
No! Not the best of ideas. I was curious myself, and that did not pan out. However, Brad wanted that to go, and I don't know how he wanted it to go.
Hit the rewind button right there. Unfortunately, the same result to the outside. Ripper's got Cashew elevated and down onto the hardwood floor.
Look at that, Rip. Throwing that elbow around. Look at the man takes care of himself. He's always posting about himself, working out online. One of the hardest workers, improved everything. Cardiovascular, strength in general. One of the strongest guys in this building right now. Putting himself in a little bit of a danger. Big elbow drop, and it looks like it connected from our vantage point. Oh, yes.
Cactusa Ripper is in the house here tonight in Yarmouth, and the folks love to see it.
Ripper the Bruiser, Bruiser Ripper perhaps, I don't know, he's his own man. I think he's his own individual, and like I said, I think that if there's anyone that is trying to put themselves in position for a Limitless Wrestling Championship bout. That guy is well on his way to earning it every time he goes out of there. Look at this ring just walking around like a sack of potatoes, Randy Carver.
I mean, Brad Cashew's not a small dude either. On the shoulder, a Ripper, maybe taking too long.
Notice that Brad ran in with him. He didn't just shove him. That first time he ran in with him to ensure that he would get in there. Oh, right across the shoulder. That injured arm, perhaps. Oh yeah, you can see Rip Byson is feeling it. Finally brought down to his knees.
In intense pain on the floor, and Brad Cashew wants a count-out victory.
Very smart, and why not?
To begin the count, and that he will. Rip Byson recovering on the floor as Cashew looks on.
This is his debut, Randy Carver. If you're going to get a W, it doesn't matter which way you get it, and a win against Rip Byson is going to jettison him to the top of the card here at Limitless Wrestling. Beautiful drop kick by Brad Cashew.
Keep
the
him
outside
out there.
again.
Why not? Brad Cashew in command on the floor. You don't see this area usually coming back to bite Rip Byson, but that's exactly what it's doing right now. Cashew wrapping that arm around the rope.
And you take a look, you think about the last year and a half, the battles that Rip Byson has had on the road, at the Pandemic at the Dojo, on the specialty shows on IWTV. Every time he goes out there, he puts his body, life, limb on the line. And you gotta wonder, is it going to catch up with him? He's still very young, he still has a lot to offer. But in a moment like this, every win counts, Randy. He needs to put W's on the board.
That he does.
And Brad Cashew, of course, I wouldn't say has nothing to lose at this rate. He certainly does, but a little bit less inconsequential, this being his first match here in Limitless Wrestling. But a win here, all the more. Exactly. Hit the nail right on the head. German suplex into the bridge. Very high bridge from Brad Cashew, getting a little bit more leverage than the normal German suplex.
Awesome stack right there. Rip Byson now trying to get some space in the ring from Cashew, who's staring this guy down. Rip Byson, though, fighting back. Ever the brawler, trying to get himself out of the corner, does not want to be a cornered animal. Cashew, though, catching a leg, weaving around.
What is this? Oh, no! Gonna get him. Oh, it's a pin, but his leg's trapped! Oh my god, a backslide made all the more effective by trapping the man's own leg, Randy Carver.
And look at this, I thought he was going for an Oklahoma roll instead! Had the legs tied up, a Rip Byson pretzel.
Randy, what did I tell you? Expert mat wrestling from Brad Cashew. Barry Horowitz, eat your heart out right now. Oh, Randy, you have got to be impressed taking a look at Brad Cashew with those exchanges right there.
I mean, you don't see Ripper in deep waters like this very often, nearly running over Eric Greenleaf right there and finding a way out, but immediately clutching at the arm, and Cashew is on him.
And you gotta say, and he's smart. Wisdom beyond his years is what I've been saying for these young guys out on this card tonight. Brad Cashew effectively staying on the arm of Rip Byson, which you can tell is affecting him. It's been affecting him since early on in this match. If Brad Cashew could perhaps work a submission hold on him, keep him pinned down on that hurt arm, again, he's going to be victorious in his debut here.
Ripper getting a big boot up there, still able to fire off the chops though. Relentless is Rip Byson. Cashew quickly up to his feet and clobbered back down.
I saw his arm go a little bit loosey-goosey towards the end there.
Jesus. Speaking of loosey-goosey, Ripper swinging it, whatever move!
Oh, his neck! Oh, his neck is shot! There's the cover! Kick out at the count of 2. Oh, that was dangerous. Beautiful lariat. That Ripper lariat there.
Can come out of anywhere.
Oh my goodness. But again, favoring that arm, holding it close to his body, it hurts. He's got to be in a great deal of pain.
I mean, he's a one-armed man fighting this match at this point. Cashew not getting up as quick as Ripper wanted, and he's got himself a goozle! Choke slam from Ripper!
Choke slam from Rip Byson into the cover. Might have him! Only 2, says Eric Greenleaf.
How about the resiliency of Brad Cashew?
Like I said, not a whole hell of a lot to lose, but a lot to gain, and he wants to gain it. Get that head of steam, as you got a whole summer lined up events, and you gotta believe that Brad Cashew wants to be on each and every one of them.
Rip Byson trying to shake out that arm, trying to get some more feeling back in it. Oh, wait a second. He's cocked and loaded.
And again, you're a man working with one arm, and yes, Cashew now, absolutely realizing it, is going to take advantage of it, and Ripper is feeling it. Like a wounded animal right now. Northern Light suplex coming up.
Beautiful
maneuver. Look
bridge.
at that bridge. I thought that was it.
I mean, from that position, Top Shelf, how much more pressure could he have put into that cover to get the shoulders down?
Absolutely. Why won't you die? My goodness. Aggression from Brad Cashew. Those luscious locks hanging low. Cashew takes a shot, Byson.
Hell of a forearm right there, backing up Ripper.
And again, Cashew's not here to make friends, Randy. We saw it. He's going after that injured arm. He's not afraid. Super kick. Don't waste any time, Cashew.
Oh, telling Eric Greenleaf to get out of the way, opting not to go for the cover.
This is not his bread and butter, is Cashew going to the top rope.
Are you sure? He just jumped up there.
Easy, making it look easy. Look at this be. Cashew, take a look around. Oh, beautiful senton bomb.
Cover quickly. Cashew!
Check out into a swanton bomb, my apologies, from Brad Cashew. He's in disbelief, Randy.
He contorted his body to land directly on top of Rip Byson. You know, sometimes we see that move, you know, it connects, but it doesn't get all of it. That was all of it and more.
Absolutely. Cashew now trying to figure out what's going on. Yes, you gotta stay on the arm. Absolutely. Cashew absolutely not afraid to use a move like an arm bar, like a cross arm breaker to do anything, and that might be the bread and butter. What's that? That's the boot. Wait, you to go to swing the boot at him. Got him up. Got him in the rack. Got him in the rack. Burning hammer. Burning hammer by Rip Byson. You can put it on the board. That's a 3. Ever resilient Rip Byson with a victory against a very impressive debuting Brad Cashew.
Here is your winner, Iron Rip Byson.